What's up, y'all? Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? No, I've been gone for a little bit, probably a little over a week, and I did miss y'all, so I had to come to the people. You know, summertime is supposed to be for rest and relaxation, but I still feel like we are out here doing the most. But I did have a good time this past weekend. Celebrated my 20th class reunion from graduating high school. That is insane. Um, but I don't feel old. I'll try to refrain from using the old word. I just can't believe it's been 20 years. That is insane. But we had such a good time. My homegirls came down and stayed with me, and we just had a really good weekend. So yeah, I have some pictures and stuff, and I didn't quite feel like loading them up, but I will show you guys those when I drop my first mini thoughts with Dr.T episode on August 1st. Well, when I re-come out with the rest of the episodes, episode 6. Okay. So I'll let y'all see that. It was such a blast. It was so cool to see everybody from back in the day. So yeah, well, what I wanted to do is Ready to Love is a show I've been watching since it first came out many years ago, and it is coming back on August 1st. And I know I always be getting on production, y'all, but I don't know what they doing over there at the OWN network. I really don't know. It's like, and I be trying to think through this because I don't be wanting to bash them, but it just don't be making sense sometimes. Have you ever seen a show? I'm talking about a competition show, right? I don't know, America's Got Talent or Survivor or something like that, where the show comes on and out of nowhere, they say, you know what? We're going to go off air for 3 months and we'll be back, y'all. I'm talking about like a competition show, which this is sort of kind of that. I just think that's so weird. I've never seen that. Now, I've seen that with like sitcoms and stuff like that. They'll have like the mid-season finale and they may go off for a couple weeks, a month, and then come back. Never seen that on a competition show. Like, I've forgotten all of the people, the storylines, all of it. Not only were you gone, but you were gone for months because this came on in February. I feel like it was Valentine's Day. I remember that. Yeah, I feel like it was around Valentine's. That was February, y'all. It's coming back out in August. Like, what is really going on? But anyway. Oh, you know what? I got my new mixer, y'all. I always had a mixer, but I didn't have my sounds in, so now I got my sounds. So check this one out, y'all. Check this out. That was the wrong one. Let me try again. This is a tangent. This is a tangent because I'll always be going off on tangents when I'm supposed to be talking about something. But anyway, so I got that. I got the applause. Okay. When we need to boo somebody when they're doing the most, you know what I'm saying? We got the boo button. When I be clocking stuff. That's what the clock it is about. All right, so I got my little mixer. We ready to go for when I come back in August. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so I'm mad at production. I don't know why they went off the air for 3 months. So I completely forgot about these people. And so I said, I'm going to rewatch the episodes because it's been 6 episodes. And since I'm rewatching it, I said, I'm going to just get on here and it's because y'all probably have forgotten to, or maybe you haven't. I don't know. But I'm going to do 3 episodes and I'm going to break them up into 2 a piece. Okay. So one here this week, 2 next week, and then we'll be ready for when it comes back on August 1st. I don't know what they're doing over there, okay? So let's get into it, y'all. Episode 1 and 2, this review will probably be pretty quick because all they were doing was introducing us to people, so it wasn't really that much to it. But so that's what I'm going to do, just remind y'all of who these people even are, right? Let's see what makes more sense here. Okay, let's try this. All right, so first up, we have, if y'all remember, Angie, Khalil, Cameron, and Deanna. So Angie, her story is she had like the love of her life. Y'all remember that? But then she was about to get married and everything, but then he died. I can't remember why or what happened, but he passed away. So she finds herself, that's why she finds herself looking for love again. And that's so tough. I feel so bad for her. You know, you find somebody, because it's hard for women to, it's hard for us to find people. And you finally find somebody, you're good, they're treating you right, all the things, and then boom, they're gone. So I feel bad for her. And she's 39. So it's like, dang, that's really tough. I don't know how you're 39 and you're an intern, and then she's a bartender and she's a new hire coordinator. It's given she don't really have a job, but I don't know. I don't know. So we'll, again, I can't remember, y'all. I can't remember her storyline. You know what I'm saying? So, but it threw me when it said she was an intern. So I'm not really sure what her job really is. Those seem like three very different titles. So it was given she was just writing down stuff. Okay. But anyway, so that's Angie. Then we got Khalil. Khalil seemed really cool too. Khalil's story so far is that he lost his brother. I think his brother committed suicide, I believe. Which was very tragic. So he was still working through that. But, seems like a stand-up guy. He is 31 and he is in roofing. And then we have Cam or Cameron. No, Cam is a firefighter. And his whole deal was he said that he was raised very religious. And I guess when he got of age, he kind of went against that. And so he is a little estranged with his family because of that, because of his beliefs. So it sounds like he's not spiritual anymore. So we'll see how that plays. In his encounter, he was talking to Rose, and that was something Rose asked about, because she is spiritual. And so when he said he wasn't, I figured, well, that isn't going to go anywhere. But as we know, I do remember that storyline. Rose might be she caught up in the sauce because I was like, why are you still talking to him? So yeah, that's that. And then we got Deanna, who is also a firefighter, but remember, they were on two different episodes. So I think Cameron was on episode 1 and maybe Deanna was on episode 2 or reverse. So they hadn't seen each other at this point. So she is 34, and I guess on her, and everybody looked up to her and respected her because you never really see a female, a woman firefighter. So I think that's pretty cool. And she has to be very probably like more in her masculine energy at work. And so she's just looking for somebody where she can kind of relax and take that mask off, that helmet off, and appeal to her more softer side. So those were the first 4. All right, so then we have Eddie. Let me go ahead and hit the tangent button, y'all. This is a tangent. This is my theory. Okay, I feel like if you and my husband, we argue about this all the time. I feel like if you're a man and you're not married, it's because you don't want to be married. I'm sorry. It's too many women out here. It's just too many. So I just don't buy that when a man is single and he wants to be married. Now, some men don't care and they play in the field. That's different. But I'm talking about if you find a man, it's like, yeah, I really want to be married. I just haven't found anybody. It's like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Not less you're attractive, not less you own your own business. You see where I'm going? Y'all following me? So it's like, Eddie, what's really going on? You 31, you're a general contractor. Seems like you're doing really well. You're very attractive. I feel like Eddie's out here playing games. I don't think he really wants to be married, or maybe he has played games in the past and maybe he's really coming on the show to be serious. Maybe he's turning a new leaf. But whenever I see a very attractive man over 30, he playing games because it don't make sense. Like, I mean, you could see even in this episode, everybody was throwing themselves at him. I mean, you have your pick, so maybe it's not this one or that one, but maybe it's this one, that one, the other one. I mean, you have plenty to choose from. So I don't know. I got my eye on Eddie. Fritz. So Fritz is 36, and Eddie has a 9-year-old daughter, by the way. So Fritz is 36, financial analyst. He said that he was just in Italy and Rome last week, you know what I'm saying? 5 continents, 30 countries. Even the way he's looking in this picture, y'all, it's given to me that your money makes you. That's what I felt with him. I was like, is he showing off? Like, why is he dropping all this stuff? And yeah, I was supposed to be in Bali right now, but you know what I'm saying? I canceled it so I could be on the show. But and then whoever he was talking to was like, damn, you lost a lot of money. I lost nothing. I just chalked it up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. My eye was out on Fritz as well. I was like, are you showing off? Is it about your money and the things you can do and the experiences that you can take a woman and show her this and that? And if you with me, see, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, let's just keep our eye on him. I was getting a weird energy. Francisco, so he is 38, Philadelphia Housing Authority diversionary liaison. That sounds like a made up title. I'm so sorry. When I see liaison, it's just giving you put that in ChatGPT or something. I don't know. But anyway, Francisco, so his whole thing was he was hot. And he kept taking off his shirt with like every woman he was talking to. And I immediately thought he was doing the most, but he does have a nice body. I see why he might want to take his shirt off. But he was sweating like for real, for real. Like you could see it was pouring. So I was like, maybe he do really got a condition or something. So I'm gonna let Francisco slide, okay? But he was doing the most with the shirt off. And then we got Hussein. Hussein is 42, so he might be one of the older ones on here. He's 6'7", so all the women, love that. Like I told y'all, I'm vertically challenged, so it's like if you 5'1", you good with me. You know what I'm saying? Well, my husband is 6'6". I know that's crazy because everybody's like, you need to leave him for the taller women. But so yeah, he's 6'7". He's an interior designer. And I had laughed because it says he's an Adidas visuals manager. So, and an interior designer. And I was like, you just be dressing the mannequins at the Adidas store. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to put too much on these titles, y'all. But I'm just joking, saying I don't know you. You might really be at the office somewhere. So that's them. Let's see who else we had. So then we had Jay. And my husband, he doesn't watch this show, but he watches it like here and there if I end up having it on. So he was rolling and laughing because Denzel said that he favored Denzel. Oh God, okay. John or Jay, okay, he said this himself, y'all, that he favors Omar Epps. Okay. So I thought that was I could see it. My husband thought that was real crazy, but I thought I could see like he's turned to the side, but when he's turned straight and you can see his eyes, like I could kind of see where he might have got that from. And then he also was like, yeah, I walk like Denzel. Like he was doing a lot. He's a single dad. He was in a relationship for 11 years. And he has 2 daughters, I believe. And so he's a single dad. Still got my eye on him. I don't know. Sometimes single dads they're just looking for somebody to help raise them kids. So we'll see. But so far he seems pretty cool. And then True, I don't have anything written down for True. So I guess she really didn't do anything memorable. She is 36 and a school counselor. Okay. And then we got Kiera. I think she's going by Kiki on the show. 33, healthcare plan communication support specialist. I I don't know what's going on with these titles, y'all. Like the longer the title, the more I think you making something up. So she has two boys, I think, 14 and 7. And then we got Naeem. Naeem is 42. So him and Hussein are the oldest. Y'all. Okay. He got 5 kids, 3 baby mamas. And it's just like, this is what I always be telling y'all with the other shows on. Like, they always got to put somebody in there that is like, y'all couldn't have casted nobody else. And I'm not hating on Naeem because, hey, kids are a gift from God. I get it. But it's like, who is going on this show is going to want to date somebody with 3 baby mamas, 5? Like, that's a lot. I feel like they could have had somebody else in his place, another guy, maybe had 1 or 2. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, he's a gym owner, has a nutrition bar. He seems to be doing really well for himself. He says he was adopted, and so he was looking for, always looking for love and identity. I thought that was pretty deep. And he said, one of the ladies asked him, was there any drama with the mothers of his kids? And he was like, I mean, it used to be drama. You know, I was like, see, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I can't do it. So that is Naeem. All right, so let's see who else we got here. So then we have Coley. Coley is 31. She's a flight attendant. I don't know. It was given airhead. It was given pretty privilege. It was given, I don't gotta work too hard because look at me. So I don't know if she's playing up on this or if this is how she really was, but she was asking Kim, who's the firefighter. He was like, "Oh, do you really have a pole you slide down? And do y'all have Dalmatians in the fire department? And do y'all really be pulling cats out of trees?" She also said that when she moved to Philly, she was like, "Oh my God, it's pollution falling from the sky," but it was snow. She also said when they asked her what type of guy she's looking for, she's like, "You at least have to be 6'2". And they were like, "Oh, okay, but what else?" And she was like, "Yeah, nothing else." So I don't know. I was like, I hope she's just joking around. And like, because there's a thing, you can put on like a damsel in distress, like, oh my God, I don't really know what's happening. That can be like an act, and some guys enjoy that and like that. So I'm hoping that's what she was doing, because every time she opened her mouth, everybody was like, girl, what? What are you talking about? So that was Coley. Raquel, she's going by Rocky on the show. She's 35, medical QA specialist. She looks really put together here, y'all, but on the show, it was giving disheveled. And again, I'm not coming for her. That's not what I'm saying, but this is a national TV show. So I would think, or at least if I was going to be on the show, I know I'm about to give it my all, like nails, hair, clothes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be the best I ever looked, because everybody is seeing this. And so I don't know. Her hair was like up in the back the whole time. It was just giving a very disheveled look. Her clothes, it looked like she might have got that dress at your local Rainbow. It's like a little shop where where high school girls like just grab a dress to go to the club or something. It wasn't giving quality. It was just a very like low budget. I just got through running a marathon, but they said they was filming the show, so I just grabbed a dress and came, type of thing. So I don't know, but she's very beautiful. Don't get me wrong. She looks great right here, but I just don't know what was happening on that episode. Maybe they had been filming for a while, and then by the time she showed up on the set, I don't know. I'm not sure what was happening with Rocky. And then we got Rosalie. Rose, she's 37, inside sales rep and a hairstylist. Okay. So she has 1 child and she makes like beard oil or something like that, which is pretty cool. And she seemed cool. And then we got Sahara. It's Sahara. What's she saying? I'm not like the, or she was like, I'm not dry. Like it's something she was saying that was like a sexual innuendo. That she kept saying. It was funny. So she came in a little hot. She did say the earth is flat. So they had people giving her the side eye as well. And I think she's just a different personality. You know, some people might say she was hood or ghetto. She's not as polished as the rest of the ladies, but you know, it's just a different personality. That doesn't make her, you know, less than or bad or anything. But you could tell, like, okay, she turned up right now. So we'll see if any of the men are attracted to that type of energy and personality. And then, last but not least, we had Shanice. Shanice, oh my goodness. So she's 44. She's the oldest lady on here. She's a serial entrepreneur. Healthcare, group homes, has a trucking company, online store, celebrity stylist, and she's looking to build an app. Um and I think all of the guys picked up on this. It was like she talked too much about work. I mean, that's a lot of jobs, y'all. And you know, kudos to Shanice. You know, she probably has it going on financially or whatever. But you know, some people can be defined by their job. Okay. And their job makes them who they are. That's where they get their sense of worth and value. And so I get the sense that that's what's happening with Shanice. Without all those jobs and titles, she may feel, who am I? Like, what have I accomplished? Because I don't think she has a partner or kids. So it looks like maybe she's just poured all that energy into all of these different career paths type of thing. So we'll have to see more about that. But that can be a thing. Some people can identify with their work. And I say that because, you know, even me having like a doctorate degree, um, whenever I meet somebody, right, I go by my first name, right? Like you would never know unless somebody told you or if you asked me directly. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, college professor, da da da. But I don't ever lead with that because it doesn't define me. You see what I'm saying? Um and so yeah, I just wonder about that word. And it's so funny because I just I know this particular person that it does define them. And every single conversation I'm around this person, they're gonna find out a way to drop that they're like a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so funny. I laugh like inside to myself. We having a conversation like not even about careers or anything, and they going, you know, they just find a way to like just drop it in, you know, because I guess that gives them a level of prestige or whatever. So I think that's pretty funny. Okay. So that's Shanice. And a lot of the men at the end of her episode did say that. They were like, that's all she talks about. Like, we don't know who she is. Like, who are you? What do you like outside of your work? So then next we have Tay. She's 35. She's certified registered nurse. Um, let's see, what do I have for Tay? So I don't have anything for Tay. Everybody, all the guys love Tay. Like, she got the body, she was dressing right, the hair, all of it. So they all really loved her. I really didn't have anything that I wrote down about her or Wayne. Wayne seemed like a stand-up guy too. 36, business development. He's a consultant. And then last but not least, Will. Will was hilarious. He's 41, biotech recruiter. Um, this is one time I'm glad that production put somebody on here that was questionable because he did provide some good laughs. Married twice, y'all. And both times he was married, he got divorced in a year. He said he got married after his mom passed, divorced, and he got married again after his dad passed and divorced. He was so awkward. He has a crazy laugh. I should have had a picture. That's what I meant to do. Y'all showing how crazy he was looking when he was laughing. Just one of those real obnoxious laughs. His eyes like bug out. He was just kind of awkward and weird. And it's cool because I can be socially awkward too. So I get it. He was on episode 1, and on the end of episode 1, they kick off 2 people, which is also dumb. So they kicked off Will and Sahara, but they started doing it where they have a second mixer. Because of course it doesn't make sense to kick them off when they haven't met the other group of people. So they let Will and Sahara come to the other mixer on episode 2. So Will got a second chance. And he was the exact same. Like Tommy gave him some feedback. Like the joking might be a little much. People want to know who you are. Episode 2, he came in cracking jokes. I was like, dang, Will. He's like, none of that advice. And then he kind of said this whole thing about like, I don't want a woman who can't laugh. And I'm like, Will, I get it, but it's not about being able to laugh. It's about knowing when to turn it off and turn it on. You on all the time, right? Like 24/7. And again, I get it because I'm the most unserious person you're gonna ever meet. Like I love to laugh. It's me. I understand. But, sometimes it's just not the time or place, especially when you get to know somebody. Like you want to show your humor and everything, but then you also want to lean in and be serious and see what they like and their interests and, oh, yeah, me, da, da, da. But he was just cranking them out. And I was like, my goodness. And what I always tell y'all, people that can't turn that off, they're hiding an insecurity within themselves. And what it's really saying is, if I'm not constantly cracking you up and making you laugh, if I'm just my regular self, will you really like me? And they're scared of that answer. And that's what's happening with people that are constantly over the top joking. I mean, all the time. They're afraid that if they're not that person, nobody will see them. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what might be going on with Will because he couldn't turn it off, and it was pretty funny. So that was episode 1 and 2. Now at the end of episode 2, Will got kicked off again, y'all, and I thought it was messed up because Tommy called him to the front. I just thought that it was unnecessary. He was like, now Will, which y'all don't know, he was on episode 1 and got kicked off episode 1 too. I was like, dang, Tommy. And I mean, it was just an unnecessary whole piece that he did. Like he had a speech on the whole thing. It's like, see, and that's why da 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 and da da da. And Will was like, yeah, I get it. Thank you. Can I go now? So I thought that was kind of crazy that Tommy did that. And then Coley, so the one I told you that was giving Airhead vibes, she also, so I guess the men seen it too, right through it. They were like, okay, she on something else. So she also got kicked off, but they were going to give her the same treatment that they gave the other people. So she didn't get to meet the people on episode 1. So she's going to get to stick around so she can meet the other people. So technically, Will is the only one that's off the show at this point. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, and then also on episode 1, if y'all remember Cornelius and Camille, so they actually got married. They might be the first couple to get married, I think, from all of the Ready to Love seasons, which was funny because when it first came back on, Tommy was like, yeah, it's the most successful black dating show on TV. I was like, nah, I don't think so. Like, has anybody gotten married? So I think they might be the first ones to actually go down the aisle. And I'm probably nitpicking, but I just thought that they didn't need to have Camille and they didn't need to have, they had like a fake wedding, y'all. And I just thought that was over the top. I just didn't think that needed to happen. It wasn't real. Like none of their family and friends were there. So they were just doing it kind of for the show. Tommy was officiating it. I just would have rather them maybe have like a sit down or an interview or a panel type thing, like have them sit down, get them some mics. How was your experience on the show? Like, what's some advice you can get? I'd rather it had been something like that than this big production fake wedding. I was like, what is the point of this? Y'all not really getting married right now. We know y'all got a for real wedding, at another point in time. So but anyway, that's all I have, y'all. So like I said, I'm gonna come back next week and do episodes 3 and 4. And then I'll do 5 and 6, okay, next week. And then the following week is when they come back on that following Friday. And then we'll be all caught up. We'll know the storylines and we'll be good to go. All right. All right. So until then, I'll see you guys next week. See ya.